Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a good week so far. It is Tuesday already, September the 30th. The year is flying by. For some of us, that is a good thing. For others, maybe not so much. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. It is just a thing. Every day that we have is a gift from God, and I think that's probably the way we should look at it. Today I found a really interesting, inspiring article online, and as I was looking through some other things, sometimes I have a hard time picking something and I have to choose between different things, but today this one really stood out to me and I thought this is exactly what I want to read to you guys. So it isn't very long, but I won't read all of it to you. I'll read most of it, and then I'll put a link to it in the description box, so that you guys can go to it if you choose. And there is a very heartwarming video that goes along with it. If you go to the actual article online, you'll see it, and it has the actual officers and involved and their police chief. And I thought it was worth looking at, and maybe you will too. I'm not sure. But this is called "We're Supposed to Be Good Men. Officer buys stranded deaf man train ticket to get home." And as a former police officer and a man who has many friends and family members in the law enforcement community, that is exactly right. They're supposed to be good men and women, and I think about 90% of them are exactly that. So I'll get right into it, and then at the end I found some more inspirational quotes, and I'll read a few of those too, and then that'll probably be it for tonight, which is really today for you when you see this. So here we go. "We're supposed to be good men," said Officer Stephen Harris. Harris was responding to a question from local news in Pittsburgh about why he would spend $113 of his own money to solve a stranger's problem. It's a suggestion that all of us, from cops to kids, should hear every now and then. The story of how Harris got into position to solve the problem comes from the Greyhound bus depot in Pittsburgh, where the police department received a call about a man behaving unruly. Harris and Officer Kiso responded to the call on their bicycles and arrived to find a much different picture. He was just a man who was deaf and didn't speak English or read English, so it just turned out he needed help to get back on a bus to New York and eventually to Montreal, Officer Harris told reporters. Kiso called a translator line police use in such situations and was able to get a French speaker to help, though he didn't explain whether sign language was needed or not. So the man was from Montreal, and he was a native French speaker, and obviously he didn't speak English, and I guess he couldn't read English either, which makes sense. It turned out that the man had stepped off the bus to stretch his legs, but obviously didn't hear the call from the driver that it was time to go, and he watched helplessly as the bus took off for New York with his luggage and cash still on board. That would really suck. With no options for a bus, Harris simply used his bank card to buy an Amtrak train ticket to New York. "We're supposed to be good men. Good men help other good men. That's it," he said. Police Commander Tom Novosel said in response to the story that Harris loves to work downtown because he just thinks differently than most people. When asked why he thinks differently, Harris responded that he was raised by his great-grandmother, a different kind of woman from a different sort of era. When he reached for his own wallet, she must have been smiling, watching her great-grandson, the cop, helping someone in need, trying, as she had urged, to be a good man. I think she probably was. If you go to the article and you click on the video from CBS News Pittsburgh that actually interviewed the police officers involved, it's very heartwarming. I think you'll enjoy it. So now I will put, I found quite a few quotes that I thought were inspirational for this. I won't read them all, but I will put them, probably most of them, in the description box. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop said that. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. Roy T. Bennett. I like that. For those of you that remember Princess Diana, carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. Yeah. Another one from Mark Twain that I love. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Aesop also said, you can accomplish by kindness what you cannot by force. I like that one a lot. Maybe I'll read a couple more. For the Tolkien fans, I have found that it is in the very small, everyday deeds of ordinary folks that keep the darkness at bay. Small acts of kindness and love. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Booker T. Washington. That man was brilliant. Here's another one from Confucius. Act with kindness, but do not expect gratitude. I really appreciate that one because it is the condition of your heart that matters. You shouldn't do anything with the expectation of a reward or that you're going to get something out of it. Just do it because it's the right thing to do. And I think most people that are out in the world doing these good deeds, I think they do have the right heart to begin with. Certainly, I know a lot of people in my own personal life who are doing things for the right reasons, and I appreciate people like that. So that's going to be it for today. I hope that you got something out of this. If you have suggestions or ideas of how I can make this channel better, please comment and let me know. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a great day. Always know that that God loves you and I love you too. Good day.